Hello everyone around the world. So yeah, today we have something different. We have this old laptop motherboard. This looks like Samsung RV series. You know those 510, 519? Yeah, somewhere there. This is a very old laptop motherboard that is coming from another computer repair shop. And the guy phoned me. He said this laptop came in to his workshop with a customer, and what the customer was saying, he's saying he was using the laptop. He changed the hard drive. The moment when the Windows crashed, he wanted to change the operating system. He put another big hard drive, like an upgrade, and the laptop did not respond to the new hard drive. He wanted to go to the BIOS to change some settings, but there was a password. So that was the first problem from the customer. He was saying, I want you to remove the BIOS password. Fine. But he put back the old hard drive. He started to use it. At one point, the laptop just went dead. So now the story is saying the laptop, when I plug in on charge, I just see one LED here. When I press the power on button, the motherboard is not responding. The motherboard looks like this. This is for Samsung laptops. If you know those Samsung old laptops. So let's see if we can fix this. So we have to fix the power issue, and we have to reprogram the BIOS chip to make sure that the BIOS password is gone. On the power issue, the USB meter is set. Let's see what current we have here. We have 3.4 amps, which I believe is fine. So what I would do, I'll plug the power supply here. We have the charging port here, and it's taking 8 milliamps. So the customer is right. You can see that green light, 8 milliamps. Pressing the power, you see, here we have this cable which is connecting the motherboard with the USB. That's where the switch button is. You can hear the clicking of the switch button. The board is just dead. So that is our first problem. But we have light. That means all the voltage are okay. Maybe we have problem with the E.T.C chip. You remember, in our case, we have SMSC embedded controller, the startup chip, whatever I call it. Uh, 19 volts is present. Here we have 19. Here we have a BIOS chip, pin number 8, 3.29. Here we have a switch. Let's check straight on the switch. Ground. What voltage do we have on the switch? We do have 3.3. Pressing, it's going to 0, releasing 3.3. It's going to 0, releasing 3.3. So the 3.3 volts is okay. The 19 volts is okay. When you press the power on, you know the condition for the motherboard to start is to send 3.3 to ground. In that way, the EC chip is reading all the power supplies. If everything is okay, it will start the motherboard. So let's have a visual inspection. What do you have here? We have the EC chip. Yes, meant to have the BIOS battery and it's missing. But here, this chip, there looks like it's flux. Here we have another flux. Here is flux all over. Flux. So I think they did something on this motherboard. The other computer repair shop. You see that flux? This chip is surrounded by flux. And here, you see, it's all flux. Why? Here we have another chip here. And this is flux. Huh? So what I want to pay attention, we have the EC chip here. What we can check on the EC chip, we can check for corroded pins. Maybe we can clean. Maybe we can clean here. Because the EC chip is not responding. Let's clean on the EC chip. Here we have a BIOS chip. Next to the EC chip is a BIOS. All the pins looks okay. Let's dry the motherboard. That's okay. What is here? There's something which I don't like here, like a broken track. Can that be the problem? Let's pay attention next to the BIOS chip. Let's pay attention next to the BIOS chip. We have a track there, which I don't understand. Pin number 4 is ground. 5, 6, 7, 8. This pin we have a capacitor. There's no connection between the capacitor and the VCC pin. This track is broken here. We have a broken track. Because this capacitor, I'm sure, is going somewhere. So how did this happen? Okay. Let's try to rebuild the track here. It's not like a big damage. from what I can see. But I can see there's no, I'm just concerned why the last pin of the BIOS chip doesn't have connection with this capacitor, this ceramic capacitor, because this capacitor is linked with pin number 8. And from this pin is going straight to the VREC 3. You remember? Remember? Now let's see. Checking the capacitor is good. We now have one link. So let's just make sure that there's no any liquid around this EC chip. All the pins looks fine. All the pins looks fine. Let's check other areas here. Here we have to clean again. Maybe we might have surprise. We might have surprise. Drying the motherboard. I don't know what they were doing on all those flags. All the chips have flags. Maybe they tried to reflow. On the other side, I think we can retest. Let's test again. We still have that light. Yeah, we still have the light pressing the power, and it's working. Check the blue lights. So because of a missing track, the motherboard was dead and is now taking 700 milliamps. Check here on the power supply, and we have some light. Let's try to power off. It's now off. You can see one green light on. You have some lights here and some lights here. The board is working. Even the current can just tell you that this is now the board is now up and running. Let's check some voltages. The board is still on. 1 volt, 1.2, 1.2, 1 volt, 1.5. This is the RAM power supply. Here we have more coils, the 3.3 and the 5 volts. Yeah, and 5.15. And the fan is spinning. So I'll unplug the power supply. What I will do now, we've solved one problem. The next problem, we have to reprogram the BIOS chip. That is the next problem. Let me take the programmer. Today we are on a different direction. We are not using EZP 2019 BIOS programmer. I ordered this one from AliExpress. It's CH341A Pro BIOS programmer. This is a mini USB BIOS programmer that I bought on AliExpress. I just want to experiment this. So we have the clip here. What I like about this programmer, on this old model of laptops, you don't need to take out the BIOS chip. On some laptops, especially new models, you have to take out the BIOS chip. But on this one, it's very smart. We do have the BIOS chip here, and we have four wires here and 4 wires here, and one of the wires is red. That indicates that this is pin number 1. Okay? So I will set let's do it that way. I'll plug in the BIOS programmer. And what I want to do, where's pin number 1? Pin number 1 is on my side. So just like that. Let's go on desktop. Desktop. Let me open the program. That's the program. That is the program. Here. Detect chip. The chip has been detected. What we'll need to do, let's read data. We are now reading the data from the chip, and it's very fast. I think I just made a slight improvement comparing to my old programmer. Reading completed successfully. What do we have here? This is some kind of binary data. You can see we have data here. Let's save this file as a backup file. Backup RV10. RV510. RV510 backup. I need this on my desktop. Good. So we have backup this. We can erase this. Where is erase? The software looks different to me. Erase the chip. It's now erasing. It's now erasing the chip. Erase complete. Let me close the program. Open the program again. Detect the chip. Read data from the chip. I'm doing this because I want to make sure that the chip is empty. I have to make sure that the chip is empty. Read complete. Yeah, there's nothing on the chip. The chip is empty. Now Now I think I want to do something on this one. Let me check. Maybe I have something. Open files. Maybe I have something. That backup. Samsung RV510 bin file. This is a 2 megabytes bin file. I'll open this. Open. Now let's write. We are now writing, and this program is very fast. I think I will use this one as compared to EZP 2019 Plus. This is just a simple USB programmer. If you are looking for a programmer, I think it's a good, simple, basic programmer to use. I'll close the program. I'll open the program again. Detecting the chip has been detected. Let's read. We are now reading what is inside this chip. Did we successfully program the chip? Reading completed successfully. Now we have something. We need to verify this. Verify chip data with Windows data. Let's verify to ensure that we have successfully put something on the chip. We have to verify this. This step is very important. Buffer data is the same as on the SPI flash. That's fantastic. So we'll close the program. Let's disconnect the programmer. This too is very nice. So what I will do, I'll short the pins on the BIOS battery connector just to reset the board. That should be fine. Now let's see. Let's see now. Plug in the power supply, and it's taking 7 milliamps, and we have the green light. That's a good sign. Power on, and it's coming on. It's now taking 706, and the board is on. You see those blue LEDs, and here, even here we have the blue and the green light. So yeah, I'll give back this motherboard to the owner. I think we learned something from this motherboard, how you can program BIOS chip using this time we're not using EZP 2019 Plus. We're using CH341A Pro Mini BIOS programmer. So this is a nice tool, and it's very cheap. Trust me, this is very cheap. I bought it like less than $5 on AliExpress. And it's coming with full kit, all the adapters and everything. What I will do, I'll give the motherboard to the owner. You put everything together. I'm sure there's no longer BIOS password. The motherboard is working. You see, you have to pay attention to the behavior of motherboard when we are testing motherboards. The 19 volts was fine. The 3.3 was fine. Trust me, it's very easy to go wrong. I was thinking of replacing the EC chip. That was what in my mindset. You have 19 volts, you have 3.3, you're pressing the power on switch, the 3.3 is going to 0, and still the board is not responding. 100% sure the EC chip is dead. But remember, the last pin of the BIOS chip is taking 3.3 from the VREC3. In our case, we have 51225 driver. That is the 3.3 volts and 5 volts power supply. And that track was disconnected between the last pin of the BIOS chip to the regulator. So yeah, what I will say, like, subscribe, don't forget to turn on the notification bell for future updates. Also share our videos to your beloved friends and relatives, girls, ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriends all over the world. See you on the next one. Bye.